Morning, folks. Welcome to another episode of On the Court for First Coffee. My name is David George Smith. Everyone's having a wonderful start to the week. Everyone had a wonderful weekend. If you're a football fan, probably loved yesterday's 1 o'clock slot. I mean, just a lot of great games there. That Jameis Winston turned back the clock. That Patriots Bengals, that whole ordeal. Just a lot of good games. I'm not going to get into the Eagles right now because I'm upset, and we're going to get into it on Floridians, which I'll put a link in the description. That's those of you that don't know, that's a Philadelphia sports show I do with Luke. Shout out to Luke. Yeah, the Rams look legit. Matt Stafford looks like he's probably going to win MVP. Devontae Adams is so tough. Just a really tough guy. Let me know your thoughts about the NFL. A lot of good stuff happening. The NFC looks stacked compared to the AFC. The Chiefs. I think they have to win out to make the playoffs, right? Correct me if I'm wrong on that, but I think they have to win out to make the playoffs, if I'm not mistaken. Let's get into some basketball. First thing I want to talk about, in all the recent headlines, is Roddy Rogers, passing away at 54. Former Sixth Man of the Year in 2000. Wake Forest legend. Thoughts and prayers go out to the Rogers family at this time. Way too young at 54. It's a shame. So let's get into some of these headlines today. I think the biggest one was probably this Ja Morant, Klay Thompson situation. I don't know if you saw that, but if you didn't, that's why I'm here. Ja Morant was sitting on the bench in street clothes for the third time due to a calf strain. He confronted Klay Thompson. He said something during the there was a post-game interview. I forget which player it was. I don't know if it was Jaren Jackson or not, but came in and said, yeah, it's not like, hey, this guy's the best shooter. It's not the guy from Golden State. They got into an altercation during the game where they were chirping at each other. Just a strange situation from Ja Morant. I don't know where this tough guy act comes from. I'm a big Ja Morant guy. I love watching Ja Morant play basketball. But seeing the past 3 seasons, where it's always something that he's in the news for, and typically it's negative. Anytime you see Ja Morant in the news, it's not because he played phenomenal. It's because something happened. I mean, they already suspended him for, they call it, what was it, conduct detrimental to the team. He's having his worst season statistically. That was just a really dirty game in Mavs and Grizzlies. There's a lot of I think there's technical fouls. There's a flagrant one. It was just a very rough game, in the sense that there was always some sort of drama going on. Let me know your thoughts about that. It's very interesting. I don't know. I like Ja Morant, but I don't know where the tough guy acts comes from. He came from a nice upbringing. If you look at his high school pictures, he's wearing Sperry's and white shorts, and now he's a tough guy. I don't know where it comes from, but he doesn't have much leeway. He doesn't have a lot of grace to act like this yet. He hasn't necessarily proved himself. Sure, he's had a great couple seasons. A couple of them he was out, but it's always something where he's in the headlines for something that's not basketball. And I think if you're talking about trade talks, I don't think people are going to want to trade for that. because GMs do look at that. Some don't. Some don't care about what you do off the court or how you act. They just care if you can put the ball in the basket. But a lot of GMs, a lot of front offices, they don't like having this attention. I don't think John Morant's going to get traded this season. I think it'll probably be either this offseason or next season. Um, yeah, just a very strange situation. You know, if you had an MVP or something, if you were breaking records, winning rings, winning awards, yeah, you can act however you want, honestly. But John Morant hasn't done this yet. Hasn't done enough for me yet to act like a just a big old fake tough guy and sit on the bench while doing it. I don't like that either. I don't like why you're sitting on the bench, dude. Why are you talking smack? Why don't you suit up and let your game do the talking? I want to watch you play basketball. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your thoughts. Lakers are going to be climbing in the power rankings with LeBron being back. Squeaked out a win last night against the Jazz, 108 to 106. LeBron with 17 points, 6 rebounds, 8 assists. That's 14. Interesting. Luka with 33. Austin Reeves with 22. Phenomenal. I think the Lakers, you need to watch out for the Lakers. I've already talked about them multiple times, but you need to watch out for the Lakers. I keep saying that. Second right now, the only team above them is the Thunder. Yeah. The Spurs get into that fifth spot. I'm playing some good basketball. Yeah. Broad being back in the lineup. Squeaking out this win. I think, yeah, I'm interested to keep seeing how the spacing will work out for the Lakers. I've said that. This will be a second game back for LeBron. Yeah. What a game, too. Just that inning was insane. Um, yeah. I think the Lakers are going to be, I think it's going to be a Thunder Lakers Western Conference Finals. That's just my opinion. Uh, I know that they just lost DeAndre Ayton. I don't know how long he's going to be out for, but um, they have depth. And they can help, and they can always go get a guy with the deadline coming up, and they can always just sign somebody. How about you sign DeMarcus Cousins? Get DeMarcus Cousins a contract. In the Big 2-5? Huh. Why not? That's what I would do if I were the Lakers. I'd go out and get Boogie Cousins. Let me know your thoughts. Shout out to Boogie. One of my favorite players growing up. I mean, he was like one of the first like stretch bigs, DeMarcus Cousins. People don't really talk about him a lot anymore. He he looked he was phenomenal. LaMelo Ball responded to all these dumb trade rumors. I know they're struggling. The Hornets have started 4-11, but I don't think they're going to trade him. He just signed a $200 million contract. It's not going to happen. Da, da, da. What else we got? Let's get into some college basketball. I believe Purdue went back to that number one spot in the rankings, or did Arizona take it? Let's see. Yeah, Arizona's going to take that number one spot. Purdue is going to be second. I mean, I believe Arizona just beat Houston, right? I forget who else they beat. But this week they're number one. Purdue has been hooping. They beat Texas Tech by 30 points. Wow. University of Houston's 5-0. Duke is number 4. Louisville at 5. Yeah, listen, totally insane that uh, nobody really dropped that crazy. I mean, Illinois dropped pretty far. They lost to Alabama. Yeah, Cameron Boozer's been doing well, right? Sorry, I just haven't been. I haven't been watching. I need to get back to college hoops. Yeah, yesterday they played Howard, beat him by 30. Was that 37? Cameron Boozer had 26 points in 26 minutes. Jeez Louise, this guy is something else, man. He's gonna be. I know he's the guy that everyone's gonna be talking about. Um. So yeah, what a phenomenal showing. So watch out for Duke. What are your thoughts about that? Let me know. Let me know. All right, we'll get into some of these NBA games tonight, and then let you get out of here. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Sorry. Stay tuned today for the Floridians podcast. We're going to be talking about those damn Eagles. You got Detroit at Indiana. I think Pistons will probably take that one. They've been on fire. Cam Cunningham has been exceptionally amazing. Cavs Raptors, that's actually going to be a good game in Toronto. I think the Cavs could sneak out a win on the road. If you know me, you know I love Cavaliers. I think that they have a very good shot to make the finals, in my opinion. I think they have a great team. They're deep. They play great grit and grind basketball. They also give you that finesse with the shooting. They're just phenomenal. I really like the team that Cleveland has built, and I can't wait to see what they do for the rest of this season. Got the Mavs at Heat. Probably say the Heat take that one. Got the Knicks and Nets, little East Coast rivalry there. I don't know if that's going to be the nationally televised game. It probably will, because I think there's two televised. I think there's two games on TV tonight. Shout out to NBC for just putting more basketball on. They've been doing a phenomenal job with their coverage of the NBA. NBC. It's been, I don't know if it's something that's new and fresh, and that's why everybody likes it so much, but they've been phenomenal as far as the player intros, how they do it on Sunday Night Football. That's awesome. They've been doing it. Shout out to NBC. They've been doing it phenomenal. I think the Knicks will probably win in Brooklyn. It's more of a home game, honestly. There's no Nets fans. Nets fans don't exist. Everyone that lives in Brooklyn is a Knicks fan. The Nets should just go back to New Jersey. Trailblazers at Bucks. I think the Bucks will probably take that one. Trailblazers are not very good. Rebuilding. They got a little bit of controversy going on with their former head coach, Chauncey Billups. If you've been living under a rock, I'm not going to go into what's going on. I'm here to talk basketball. Nuggets at Grizzlies. Probably take the Nuggets in that one. Bulls and Pelicans. Pelicans are dog water. Probably take the Bulls. Rockets and Suns. That's going to be a great game in Phoenix. I think the Rockets can sneak out a win at home. I do, folks. I sure do. Hopefully this is nationally televised. I just need to bite the bullet and get NBA League Pass. I know. You got Jazz and Warriors. I believe this is Ace Bailey's first game against Steph & Co. So that'll be kind of cool to see. Yeah. I believe Ace Bailey had 10 points last night, or the other night. All that talking in the offseason. He made me mad. I talked about that on the previous episode. Timberwolves at Kings. I think a King. I don't know. What's the line for that? Sacramento. I believe they have a pretty good home record. Let's have a look here. I mean, they're really bad this year, but I digress. I think Timberwolves will probably take this one. Let me know your thoughts about the games today. I think that's going to wrap it up for me here. We're back tomorrow. Tune into Floridians tonight. Put a link in the description to that. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Support the show on Patreon. It's going to be it for me. See you tomorrow. Take care.